Hey guys, how's everybody doing out there? Kind of a rough day for a lot of folks. Yesterday, I was taking my son to his band rehearsal. He rehearses several nights a week. He's in like 5 different rock and roll bands. He's 24. And when I got back from dropping him off, I had all these messages from people saying, oh my goodness, have you seen the news? It's something, all these horrible things. The NBA suspended the season. There's a travel ban. This morning, Oregon, where I live, banned gatherings of more than 250 people. It was a lot of things all at once. And I, have relatives and family and friends who are older and also immune compromised. And so the virus is definitely on my mind. But I wanted to talk to you guys because something I don't talk about a lot is that I was in New York City on September 11th, 2001. I was newly graduated from graduate school. I moved to New York because I thought that's what people did for fun. Back then, we watched a lot of Friends. We thought everybody could just move to New York. I mean, it's kind of a joke, but it's a little bit true. So anyway, I had just moved to New York. I moved to New York in like July that year and got a job on Staten Island. And my first day of my second job, I was going to work 2 jobs, so I had enough money to actually make it in New York. So I was in Chelsea, which is right above Lower Manhattan, on September 11th for my orientation for my new job, my new part-time job. It was at the New York Foundling Hospital. I was going to work for they had like a crisis line that operated on the weekend, and I was going to do some shifts there. So I was in this tall building in New York on that day. I was there when I got a phone call out to my mom right before the towers fell and we all lost cell service. For some reason, it didn't occur to me until right before that happened that, I should maybe call my mom. She might hear about this. It was a very weird day. And tragedies like that happen all at once. And you don't have time to really think. And it felt very unreal. It kind of felt like we were in a movie. And last night and this morning, some of the stuff about the virus started to feel a little bit like that. Like, are we in a movie? This doesn't really happen in real life where things like this are going on. The thing that I think is wrong about how movies portray crisis like that is in movies, everything goes crazy. People storm the store and try to steal inhalers from each other, or there's mobs on the street. There's, looting and rioting and, chaos and, I don't know, martial law. It gets in movies during crises. It's like everyone loses all sense of humanity and morality. But I just wanted to say that when I was in New York City, the opposite happened. So New York was kind of impersonal and everyone was sort of distant when I got there. And I felt like I got to live in New York during the time of New York's history where people were the most friendly. Because after the towers fell, if you were on public transportation with people talked to each other. People asked each other if they were okay. People asked if their people were okay. People had conversations about like how they were feeling and how they were doing. And we got really protective of our neighbors if they were from another country. I lived in a part of Brooklyn that was very diverse culturally, and the churches came together. The Christian churches, the Jewish temples, the Muslim churches. Anyway, everyone came together. They had joint youth group meetings. It was this moment where people came together and helped each other. And of course, that happened across the country, right? I mean, I remember there were warehouses full of socks because so many people thought that New Yorkers needed socks. I don't even really remember where that started, but there was some rumor. And so people from all over the country shipped socks to New York City. And so that gives me hope in times like this where we're all kind of freaked out and nervous. And I just wanted to tell you guys about that because I think it's easy to imagine that we're living in one of these horror movies, these post-apocalyptic, scattered tribes of people running around and trying to kill each other. And that could have happened in New York. I mean, cell service was down. I mean, imagine that happening now. It feels like people would go and do horrible things. But in real life, in my experience, people don't. People's initial feeling about it is, let me check on my people next door. Let me make sure my people are okay. Let me see what I can do to help people. And I am hopeful that that part of our humanity is still in there. and that we're going to be able to access it, and that is going to be something that more people will get to experience. Because having been through that in New York, I feel like that had a huge impact on how I just feel about being a human and how I feel about being part of a community. And more people should get to experience that. And I don't think this virus is good, and I'm worried for all my people in my life. And I'm worried for people who just have regular health problems, who are maybe not going to be able to get the medical treatment they need because people will be overwhelming the healthcare system. And all of that is real, and we need to be using precautions to try to prevent the spread. See my post yesterday about flattening the curve? Totally, we still need to be doing that. And it's not a good thing, but I just want to say that it's also, we could have some hope that we as people have goodness in us. I really do believe that. I really do believe people have goodness in them, and that in times of crisis, that goodness can come out in unexpected ways. So just wanted to tell you guys that in case that's reassuring to you. There's an article in the New York Times about that same idea that sort of validated my theory on that, which was nice because I've always just thought like that's my Ginger's theory of the world thing. And I'll share that here, but let me know what you guys think, and I hope you're staying safe out there, and I want you to know that I care about all of you as well, and I want to do my best to make the world as safe as possible for all of us, and as healthy and supportive and all of those things. So if there's anything you need in your life or people in your life need, let's all reach out to each other and connect and help. All right, guys, talk to you soon.